Hello and welcome back, guys. This is Code with FDM, and this is another video with a continuation of our previous series about Filament PHP. So if you are new to the channel, consider to subscribe, like my videos, and share. And in today's video, I'll be working on what I started on my previous video, which I believe we created the Filament PHP application by following this documentation, and we created this, which is, I believe was this project, which is called the patient management system for veterinary practice. So in today's video, as I've mentioned in my last video, I'll finish up by working with relationship managers. I'll set up some forms. I'll make them look a little bit nice. I'll add some advanced issues that I believe you guys you are supposed to know, because as I've mentioned in my previous video, like this, I'm doing this just to give you the foundation, so that when we go to the next project, as I've said before, we'll have two real world projects that we are going to do in this tutorial, and we are going to cover them in this series. So before we go to those two projects that I believe will be a little bit more complex, so I want you guys to pay attention to this demo project that we are covering right now, so that when we go to the project, we are going to be able to understand what I'm explaining. So what I'm going to do, I believe we covered all of these issues in my previous session, so let me scroll down. And one of the things that is a point of correction that I believe in my previous video I did a mistake, so let me just show you. I'm not sure if this is the account that we have. Yeah, okay, so this is working fine. So the point of correction, when you are creating your filament resources, in my previous video I was running the command to create the filament resource by using this command, as you can see, but I believe this works fine, but it's not reliable, because when you are creating your models in a little bit ambiguous fashion, like you see my models, I created them in a similar way as I was mentioning it here. So this is not a reliable way to do it. So the reliable way to do it, which is recommended from the documentation, you need to run this command. So I'll just create a simple command to show you. So you need to say make, then you filament resource, and then what you need to do is to pass the name of your model here. So instead of mentioning the name of your resource, you need to mention the name of your model. So for example, if we are creating it for our user, because I believe I created the one for user. So if you are creating the resource for users, you need to pass here the name of your model, which is user, and then you need to specify other options if you want, like view, like generate, and there is more options like soft deletes. But in order for you to use the soft delete, you need to make sure you enable this in your migrations and also in your model, so that will work fine for you. But for now, I'll just leave it like this way. So I'll have two options, the view and the generate, and when I'll click enter, Filament will automatically create the resource by using this model, which is called user. So this is a point of correction for you guys to be able to align with what documentation is saying. So As you can see, it has created this resource, and you can see it is called user resource. So it will automatically give it the name that is similar to this one. But I'll say for now onward, we will not use this. We will only use this way or this approach. So for now, let me just show you. For example, here in your user, you can see this is how it has generated that form, resource. And now if we visit right here and refresh, you can see we have the users option right here. And when I visit it, okay, now you can see we have the name of our user, email verified that we can view our user. As you can see, we can edit, okay, and we can also delete our user. So this is how this works. And also you can be able to create a new user, like you can say then you create. So this will create the new user, as you can see. So now you can be able to see the list of our users. So we have this one, and also we have this one. So that's how easy you can do it. So the next part that I need to do is to introduce you guys to what is known as relationship managers. So the relationship managers actually they work to show you, for example, right now here we have treatments. Let's say, let me go to treatments right here. Okay, so as you can see here, we have this treatment with this description, and we have this patient. So for example, you need to know all the treatments that are related to this specific patient. So if you need to know the history or the details that are concerned with this specific patient, you don't need to come here and search for, let's say, you don't need to search for it right there. So you can search, but I believe that is way too much. So if you search like for Ali, you can see you have this one. But if there is more people or patients that have the similar character like this way, it will become a little bit challenging to find what you are supposed to get. So that's when the relationship managers come through. So what I'm going to do is, when you will visit these patients right now and you visit the edit page like this way, so you will be able to see the list of all treatments that are related to this specific patient. So to do that, I'll just use this command right here, as you can see. So this command, what it does, as you can see, this is PHP @ make filament relationship manager. Okay, and here you will pass the name of your resource, and here it will be the name of the relationship. So if you remember, when you go to patient, you will have this relationship that we created in our previous video. So this relationship is the one that you are supposed to pass here. And here we have the field that we need to carry it from the table treatment to this new table, which is patient. So here in patient, we need to carry this description from the treatment table. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this command, and then let me clear my terminal, and let me zoom it a little bit so that you can see what I'm typing here. So by copying that command right here, as I've explained before, so this will create our new relationship manager. So let me click enter, and then as you can see, this has been created. Right, so as you can see, this has created our new relationship manager. And here it gives you this information that make sure to register the relationship manager in your get relationship or get relations function. So when you will go to resource here, down here you will see you have this public key function which is called the get relations. So you need to register your new created relationship. So here, relationship manager, let me just show you, will be created inside your patient resource directory. So here, if you expand that one, you will see there is new directory which is called the relation manager, and inside it you will see you have this new treatment relation manager. So by opening it, this is how it looks like. So let me just squeeze this a little bit. Okay, so you can see this is the class that extends the relation manager, as you can see. And here you can see the name of your relationship is called the treatments, as I've explained in your command. And here in form, you will see you have this public function which is form. And here what it does, it just created the single field which is description, which is the one that we pass here. Okay, and the same way in the table right here, you can see from the table also we have this recorded title attribute which is description, and also in the columns we have only a single column which is description. Okay, so that's how it does. And now what we need to do, we need to register this one to our patient resource. So right now let's go to our patient resource. Okay, and then we go down to get relation function, and then inside here what we are going to say, we are going to say then class, okay, and then import it. Okay, so this is how you are going to register your get relation, so your relationship manager, into get relations function. Okay, so now when I'll go back here and refresh this one, now you can see here it shows that this patient has no any treatment, but here you can see you can be able to create a new treatment for this patient. Let me go back to another patient, which I believe is this one. So you can see this patient have this treatment, and as you can see here we have this description. So for example, if you need to add more fields from treatment, for example, you can see here we have the price, we have a description, so you can add these two field in your relationship manager. So let me go back to my relationship manager right here, and then what I'm going to do, I'll just add the two fields. So to add them quickly, I can be able to retrieve them from here. So let me just say, because in your form you can be able to create those treatments, so that's why I'll copy what we had before. So also you have this price, and on table you have the description right now, so we are going to add the price. We are going to add the price, and also we are going to add the notes, which I believe was another field. Okay, so in the notes I can say limit to 50, meaning that only 50 characters will be shown. Okay, and then now let me go back here and go to my patients, and then visit this one, and now you can see we have the notes, we have the price, and we have the treatment. Okay, so that's how easy you can be able to see those data. Okay, and that's it. So that's how easy you can be able to see your or to get your relationship manager up and running. So if I visit to edit, now I can be able to delete these datas, and also I can be able to add another treatment. So for example, I can be able to say like, okay, so and let me use this one. Let me just say description or notes of my treatment, not patient treatment, and then the price. Let's say I can say it was 3,000 Tanzanian shillings. Then I can save, and automatically you can see this is right here. Okay, and now what I'm going to do next, you can see here it is showing dollar. So what you can do here, we see this is money. So right here you can be able to pass the currency that you need to show on your table. So for example, if now I refresh, now you can see this is in Tanzanian shilling. Okay, so this is how easy you can do that one. Okay, and from there, I think the concept of relationship manager is that easy. So for this, because I need this part to be very quickly, so I believe this have give you another foundation that I believe will help you on our next project that we are going to cover. Okay, so the next part, I believe I've already set up the treatment form and also the treatment table in our relationship manager. So the next part is to add the widgets. So when we are talking about widgets, for example, right now our application, when you navigate to dashboard, you have two widgets, but these widgets are quite different from what we are going to generate in our video. So when I'm talking about widgets, I'm just talking about the component that will help you to display information on your dashboard. So especially the statistics, and some of them will be in the form of statistical, some of them will be in terms of charts, and some of them will be in terms of widget like tables. So that's how we are going to create these widgets. So for example, if you need to create a start widget, you can just say PHP artisan make filament widget, and then you are going to give the name of your widget. For example, this one will be patient type overview, and then here you are going to give this flag, which will show that this will be the widget with the type of stats. Okay, so this will create the stat widget automatically. But if you didn't give this flag, it will ask you which type of widget you are going to create. So what I'm going to do, I'll just copy it from here up to here, right? And then I'm going to run that command in my terminal. I clear my terminal first, then let me run it. Okay, so this will just show the statistics of our patients. So for example, if I run enter, you can see what type of widget do you want to create. So this is just a stats overview, so I'll just say 1, and it will ask you where do you want to create this in. So for example, in which resource do you want this to be. So you can create the widgets that will be living inside the end of these widgets, I mean resources. For example, here you can show the widgets, but for now we are just creating it for the dashboard. So if it's for the dashboard, you don't need to pass anything right here, so just click enter, and here you can be able to choose whether you want to show in which panel. For example, if you have multiple panels, you can choose between those panels right here, and also you can choose to add it alongside the other Livewire components. So for now, I'll just choose admin, and then after saying so, it has created a new widget, which if I go here in our resources, down here you can see we have this For example, if I collapse that one, you can see we have this new directory which is called the widgets, and inside it we have this new class that has been created, which extend the base widget. So you can go deep and try to see what is inside this widget. Okay, so here you have this function which is protected function which is called get stats. So this is the function that is responsible for showing the statistical data in your application. Okay, so by saying so, right now what we are supposed to do inside this widget, we can be able to do this thing that is already done in this guide. So I'll just copy it and paste it inside here. Okay, so here you need to import this patient model, and what it does right here, this is just more static, like I can say, because you can see here we have these categories of patients, like we have the cats, dogs, and rabbits. But in future project, you will see how we are going to create this in different ways, which is not static like this way. Okay, so we can make it more dynamic and more advanced. So, but for now, you can see this. This is a widget have this helper function which is called the start, and it accepts this function which is called make, which accepts two parameter, which one is the label and the second one is the value. Okay, so on the label we'll just pass the name that we want to show on your widget, and then on the value we are going to see how to generate the values that we need to show on that widget. So for example, what it does right here, it just query the count of our patients from the patient table. That's how the type of cat. So all the cats will be returned here in a number. So when a count will be executed, it will just return the integer value, which is the number of all patients that have this type of cat. So that's what it is done on all of these stats right here. So now if I go back to my dashboard and refresh, now you can see this is loading, and you can see in cats we have only 1, on dogs we have 0, and in rabbits we have 3. So if we go to the patients, and now you can see we have only 1 cat and 3 rabbits. So if we add another patient, for example, let's just, and let's say patient 4, and here select the owner, let's say this one, and the type, let's say a dog, and then you create. Okay, and now if we go back to our dashboard, now you can see in dogs we have only 1 dog. Okay, so we have 1 dog and 3 rabbits and 1 cat. Okay, so that's how easy you can just create this simple widget, which is a statistical widget. So also you have the option to create the chart widget. So for example, I'll just copy this command to create the chart widget. So here you need to pass this if you want to create the if you know what you are creating. So it's just straightforward. So you just give that flag and it will create the chart widget automatically for your treatment chart widget. So I'll just say enter, and I'll just choose admin, and you can see here you have types of chart, because you have the bar chart, bubble chart, dog nut, line, pie chart, polar area chart, radar, and scatter. So I'll just use the line chart. So I'll just select the line chart, which is number 3. Okay, and then it has been created automatically. So now if we go back here, in our widget directory, we have now this new chart class, as you can see, which is our widget, and it extended the chart widget. And here you have the heading of your chart. So here I'll just say treatment chart, and down here you have the option, the function which is called the get data. This is where you are going to pass your data, and also you have this function which is called the get type, and this shows which type of chart it is. So you can be able to change this one from line, let's say, to bubble, to donut, and anything that so anything that you want, from line to anything. So let me just go back to my documentation right here, and as you can see, when you are using chart widgets, it is recommended to use this package which is called Laravel trend. You can do whatever you like, but by using this package, I find it more reliable to create your data. So for example, here is the simplest way you can generate the data for the treatment chart table. So this package actually gives you this function that will help you. So these are just helper functions that will help you. For example, here it gives you the data between a year. So as you can see here, now sub-year, so meaning it will go back to 1 year, and it will give you those data per months. So you can give it per weeks, let's say per 6 months, and so on. So you can just be able to do that, and it will give you the number per month. Okay, so here is how you are going to return the data set. So the label will be this one, and the data will come from here. So as you can see, the trend will automatically aggregate your data. Okay, and also on labels, it will automatically give you the labels from the date. So this value actually is carrying the data from this closure function, so it will gives you that data from that map. So because the data will be coming from right here. Okay, so this is how easy you can just generate those data. So for now, I'll just install this package. So let's wait for that to be done, and then we will continue. Alright, so this is done. So what I'm going to do next is just to copy this code, which I've already explained to you guys, and there is more explanation on this if you can be able to navigate to this link right here, so you can be able to understand how to use this package. So this is not part of this tutorial, but in my next video, and when we started to create our own project, we can be able to understand this, how it works in detail. So for now, I'll just copy and paste it there. Okay, let me just squeeze it a little bit. Okay, so here there is an issue. Let me just paste it again. Oh, I need to remove this one. Okay, because already it has this return method, so you need to remove the one that was there before. So let me squeeze it a little bit here, and then I'm going to import this class, and also this one, and also the trend value. Okay, so make sure you import the three classes so that this will work for you. And now if we go back here and refresh, okay, so now you can see our dashboard has been loaded with this new chart that you can see, which is our widget, which is called the treatment chart, as we created this heading right here, and you can see we have this data right here. You can see in this side we have the number or the count of the treatments, and then here we have the dates of the year. So you can see this is from 3 of 2025, so this is March, and here you can see this is March of 2024. So that's why I was saying here, this when you say sub year, so meaning it will go back 1 year, and you can be able to say sub month. As you can see, you have all of these options: sub centuries, sub century, you can see sub day, sub decade. So the decade is about 10 years, I believe. You can see sub hour, sub micro. So you have all of these options. So for example, if you say sub months, then you can be able to pass the value of months. Let's say sub months, then we give 6 months, and then if we refresh again, now you can see this was on March, and here you can see this is on September. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, I believe this was first 3, 7. Okay, so this included the current month, so that's why they go up to 7 months, because it included the current month, as you can see right here. So that's how easy you can be able to change this start and end of your between method. Okay, so here it is showing per month, but you can change it to, let's say, per week, for example, and this will give you in terms of weeks. So as you can see, this is according to weeks. So you can be able to change this as the way that you want, and it will act similarly to what has been explained in our documentation. So for that, guys, I believe I've covered the introduction part of Filament as well. In general, I can say that was the introduction to Filament. And this video was just the continuation of our last part video that we had. So in our next part, we are going to start our brand new project with Filament. And what I'm going to do, the first project that I'm going to cover in this on our next video, it will be to recreate this demo project that was published by Filament PHP, and this was advised by some of my viewers. So they emphasize if I can recreate this demo application. So if you open that demo application, this is how it looks like, and I've already showed you this in my previous video. So this is how it looks like. So you can see it have a lot of features that I believe when you will discuss it together here, and what I can share with you, you can be able to understand it better, and you can have the strong foundation of Filament, and then you can be able to perform your own projects using Filament PHP. So, and that's why I welcome you guys on my next video. So on our next video, I'm going to start covering this project. So I'll just recreate it at the way we see. So we will create everything from scratch, and I'll explain it in more details so that you guys can be able to create something like this. I believe this is better. So thank you, and see you on the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, or if you're not yet subscribed, you can do that one, because that's how you are supporting me. And see you on the next video.